I can't do New Year's resolutions, but what I can do is achieve huge goals using one simple trick. Every single month, I meet with a group of ADHD entrepreneurs who are all like crushing life. But there's one person in particular who seems to be some sort of productivity master. He gets so much done. And when I asked what his secret was, I was so surprised that his one secret is the exact same system I use. And even though I'm not like as productive as he is, I've still achieved really big things. He calls it one thing planning. I call it North Star. The magical thing about North Star planning is there's just one thing to do each day. It's not a to-do list, it's a must-do project. It's so easy and simple. That's why it's perfect for me and other ADHDers, because like a lot of things is overwhelming. We have to narrow it down. And North Star planning really just has two steps. Step one is identify your North Star, and step two is every single day do one and only one tiny thing that works towards your North Star. This is what mine looks like. It's not fancy or anything. I literally just write one goal a day that works towards my bigger, amazing goal, and that's it. Am I doing a lot of other things? Sure. And actually, I still use a to-do list for all the other stuff. I think why this works is because these are things that you don't put on a to-do list, because a to-do list are things like maybe you want to vacuum today, or maybe you have to take your dog to the vet. That's not what North Star planning is. North Star is baked in, like you gotta get out of bed and you gotta go to work and you have to have a shower. These are things you don't put on your to-do list because those are must-dos. I'm gonna show you exactly how to identify your North Star and how to break it into tiny little pieces. Identifying your North Star is step one, and what I recommend is brain dumping on a piece of paper all your wishes and hopes and dreams, literally just everything, big, small, it doesn't matter. Put it all on paper and then take a few seconds and circle the ones that really feel the most exciting, the ones you really, really, really want to achieve. That's probably a bunch of your North Stars, and you're probably going to see that they also all have the same theme. I feel like that's your overall North Star. So instead of saying, I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to work out every day, being fit and healthy is probably your North Star. And if you're watching Clutterbug, let's be real, your North Star is probably not that you want to declutter your bedroom, that's a part of it, but you probably want a clean, organized, and effortlessly functional home. That's kind of long. That's a mouthful. How about you want a clean and organized home? That's your North Star, which is awesome because now we can just break that thing into little baby North Star goals and pick one every day. Now that you know your North Star, or you have some idea, the second step is daily planning. So important. And the critical part is only picking one thing. And you want this thing to have a clear finish. So your one thing isn't going to be eat healthy today, because what the heck is that? It should be eat 2 pieces of fruit. See? Very different. And for the rest of this video, we are going to totally use examples of cleaning and organizing and decluttering your home, because that's kind of setting you up for success already in 2025. So here are some great examples. You want your North Stars, like you want a clean, organized, and clutter-free home. So on one day, you're going to say, today I'm going to find 5 things to leave my house. The next day, I'm going to organize the junk drawer. Or you can do, I'm going to work on my bedroom for 10 minutes. Again, every day you're going to have a North Star goal that has a clear finish. So you're not going to work on something or research something. Give yourself a finite goal and make sure it's something that you can do like pretty quickly. 10 or 15 minutes. That way you're not going to get overwhelmed and you're going to actually like feel those good feelings of finishing it, accomplishing it, something off your list. What makes North Star planning different than all the other productivity hacks or methods out there is that you can still use this along with everything else. This isn't going to replace your to-do list. This isn't going to like replace your block planning or eating your frog or whatever else that you do. This is going to give your life direction and focus. And so just doing one thing at a time for your big main goal is super key, because you've heard, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, how do you eat an entire zoo? You start with just one animal. So if you have amazing goals for 2025, like get your house organized and lose weight and get out of debt, that can be crazy overwhelming. It's so hard to start new habits. It's hard to level up and change and become a better person. It's almost impossible if you're trying to do every aspect of your life all at once. So with North Star planning, you're picking one. You're focusing on one. And when you achieve that, we add a new North Star. This is the exact method that I have used for every single thing in my life, because I am not a great multitasker at all. I am not a person with any motivation. I am not a hard worker, friends. I don't have any self-discipline, but I can do one small thing a day. It feels easy. It feels effortless. And yes, I will probably do other stuff too, but this one focus is stepping me forward. I'm walking down the path to my bigger and amazing goal. It's how I wrote books. It's how I did courses. It's how I got 1 million subscribers. It's how I became a firefighter. This is the method for every big thing I've ever accomplished, and it made all of them feel easy and effortless. If you want your North Star for 2025 to be a clean and organized and just effortlessly tidy home, you're in for a treat, because I have that free 30-day declutter challenge. It's already created for you. Every day, it's just 5 minutes, a 5-minute quick task that you can just bake into your schedule, and it's done for you. So I'm going to put a link to that down below. And if you've already done the 30-day challenge, there's no reason why you can't do it again. This is about habit forming and starting fresh for the new year. And if your North Star is something else, or you don't even know what your North Star is going to be, that's okay. I've made you a free planning printable that helps you brainstorm, that helps you break it down into little chunks, and helps you pick just one task a day. I promise you this method works. It works no matter where you're starting from, how distracted you are, or how overwhelmed you feel. Before you know it, you're going to have all of your big dreams coming true, because all of us, every single one of us, we overestimate what we can do in a day. And so just giving us one small thing, it feels doable. But we also underestimate how much we can accomplish in a year. I'm going to see you back here in 2026. And you're like gonna have your crazy life together because you did the North Star planning technique. Again, I'm gonna put the free planner down below, so make sure you check that out. I have one last baby bonus tip for you. If you're like me and it is really hard to start and stick with new habits, something that has been incredibly helpful is surrounding myself with positive influence. And basically what I mean is just watching YouTube videos about your North Star, listening to podcasts about your North Star, talking to friends about your North Star. Surround yourself with people who remind you on a regular basis that this is important, that you're amazing, and that this is an incredible goal that you deserve. Doing these like little things, I personally love Mel Robbins or Tony Robbins or all the podcasts that I listen to when it comes to business development and growth. And now I'm listening to fitness, because health and fitness is my North Star for 2025. All of these are going to add up to a shift in my mindset, and I only have to do one small step a day. You feeling excited, friends? I hope so, because 2025 is going to be your year that you actually achieve that goal that you have made a New Year's resolution for the past 10 years and never actually stuck with, because now you have a real plan. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. You can look, I look like a zombie today because I did not sleep. Joe said, "It's snowing, Cass. You should go to bed early because you're definitely going to get a fire call for car accidents tonight." I did not listen. I scrolled TikTok until midnight, and at 12:30 my pager went off and there were multiple car accidents. So I stood on the highway all night trying to help people. Everyone was fine, but what I did learn was, like, I am not prepared in my own vehicle for this to happen, because when you get into a car accident, you have to leave your car and wait for the police or wait for a tow truck. It's not safe to stay in your vehicle, but it's freezing outside. I didn't have any blankets. I don't have flares. I don't have anything. I don't have extra mittens or toques. So I am making myself, just going to the dollar store, and I am making myself an emergency car kit. Please, 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 friends, if you live somewhere where it's cold, do this too. At least one blanket, a couple extra pair of mittens, a scarf, a hat. This is so important when you're standing out on the side of the road for an hour waiting for someone to come and pick you up. You're gonna be happy that you did this. So I'm definitely doing this. I hope you are too. Thanks so much. This is like your random PSA. The more you know. We'll see you guys next time.